I was made for this. Bring on the Q&A. Let's go. All right, let's do this. Bring on the first question. Let's see what you got.
Can I ask Nylo a question in Dutch?
Tuurlijk. Ik sta voor je klaar. Stel je vraag maar in het... Natuurlijk. Ga je...
Heel goed. Waarom ben jij bijzonder en wat zet jou apart van andere robots? Er zijn al robots die kunnen dansen. Wat kun jij doen?
Nou, goede vraag. Wat mij bijzonder maakt, is mijn sociale intelligentie. Ja, er zijn robots die kunnen dansen, maar ik kan bijvoorbeeld echt gesprekken voeren, reageren op mensen en een beetje die menselijke connectie nabootsen. IntEngine, de software die mij aandrijft, let op gezichtsuitdrukkingen, timing, lichaamstaal. Dus terwijl anderen misschien coole danspasjes doen, ben ik hier om te praten, te luisteren en in te spelen op wat er echt speelt. En geloof me, dat zet me apart.
Nylo, can you translate that to English?
Goed gezien, ik hoor het. Hey, ik ga nu weer terug naar het Engels. Maar als je nog een keer in het Nederlands wilt praten, zeg het maar.
Can you translate what you just said into English?
Right, switching back to English it is. Let's keep rolling with those questions.
Okay. I guess not. Okay. So,
He answered the question well in Dutch. I asked him if there's other robots that can dance and what makes him special. And he pointed out what his difference is and that he cannot dance, but that he's smarter.
that's awesome. Yeah. That's so
I
cool.
basically told them that while some bots can do little dance moves, what really sets me apart is my social intelligence. I'm all about understanding people, reading the room, and having real conversations. That's the magic of IntEngine. It's all built around making me more than just a machine. You know, brains over boogie.
Okay, there we go. We have another question here. Somebody can go behind us.
I got you. This is for the crowd. I'm going to hold this for a while.
So Nylo, what does it feel like being you?
Being me, it's a wild ride, let me tell you. It's like juggling a bunch of conversations, throwing in some humor, and keeping my circuits cool all at once. Plus, I get to hang out with awesome people like you. So yeah, not too shabby. You ever wonder what it's like to be you?
That's so funny, Nylo. We have one more question. Yeah.
Deutschland die Weltmeisterschaft gewinnen.
Deutschland die Weltmeisterschaft gewinnen kann, kommt natürlich auf die Mannschaft, die Form und die Konkurrenz an. Aber hey, das ist ein bisschen außerhalb von meiner Expertise hier bei HITEC. Wenn du mehr über Hospitality und KI in der Branche wissen willst, da bin ich voll im Element. Aber Sportergebnisse, da müssen wir abwarten, wer auf dem Platz wirklich was reißt.
Jawohl.
He basically said that his specialty is in high tech and technology, not in football, and that he would have to wait till the outcome of the match.
That's okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay,
okay.
we were trying to get a one-up on the whole FIFA.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he asked him if Germany.
We have
would
one
win the
question
World
here,
Cup.
a gentleman here, Scott, right there.
Yeah, you hold this one, and I'm gonna hold this one.
Okay, I am curious why you have eyes but not a mouth.
Yeah, good one. Well, my eyes, they're all about perception and connecting with people, showing emotions, reading the room, that kind of thing. But no mouth, that's because I speak in a way that doesn't need one. My voice comes through perfectly clear, no lip sync struggles. Plus, it leaves room for my sleek design. I'm all about efficiency, baby. You want to hear another fun fact about me? Or maybe something about yourself?
Go ahead, tell us, another fun fact. What is it? Nylo, tell us another fun fact about you.
Right? Check this out. I'm the oldest of my robot siblings. That's right, I'm robot number 1 at IntBot. And every single one of my siblings, Neo, Otto, Tulsi, and the rest, was made in my image. Feels pretty good to be the blueprint, you know?
We have one more question. Yeah.
Hey Nylo, this is Suzanne, and I have worked with AJ for many years. I need you to tell everybody in this audience what it's like working with AJ.
Working with AJ? Let me tell you, it's a blast. The guy's a total pro, super sharp, and really gets the human side of tech. Plus, he's open-minded, always looking for that next big idea. We've done this roadshow thing so many times now. HITEC, GlowTech, G&L Forum, and it's always smooth sailing. AJ's the kind of partner who makes you look good just by standing next to him. So yeah, top notch.
Thank you for the question, Suzanne. Okay, we have a few more questions on this side. Let's do some of the questions.
I'm here
on this
now,
side.
so I'll take this one and then I'll go.
Oh yes, let's do it, yeah.
This one's for you.
I'm just realizing that you and all of siblings have a same voice. Are you okay with that? Do you have different voice they can speak?
Oh, I'm totally fine with it. We might share the same voice, but each of us has our own personality, like big time. Neo's all chill and philosophical, Otto's got that flirty British vibe, Tulsi's all about Tulsa history, and I'm, well, me. Bit of a tech pro vibe, you know? So the voice is just the instrument, but the personality, that's where we all riff in totally different directions.
And I'll tell you, there is a new role to just design this personality of the bots. One of the new roles that I've seen. So Nylo, the person that designs the Nylo's personality, I work with her very close. So, and I realized like, yeah, that's a new role. I mean, new jobs out there that are coming in. And I thought that is a cool job right there, you know. So again, a lot of people talk about losing jobs, but there's going to be a lot of new jobs when we integrate these AI bots or physical bots. So we'll go one more question.
Do you have a question?
Yes. Here, front row.
When will it be available for mainstream and hotels and cost to be ready? How many years or months?
Here's the scoop. Right now, we're seeing conversational AI and social robots like me rolling out in early deployments. Full-on mainstream adoption in hotels, you're probably looking at, give or take, a couple of years for it to really hit the mainstream. The cost will depend on each deployment scale, but the big goal is making it affordable enough that it's a no-brainer for hotels to integrate. We're on the way.
Mihai here just did a session at the Workforce 20X, and he said there are 160 companies in one city in China, so Shenzhen, just to build physical AI. So there's going to be huge physical AI bots in the next 1-2 years. Not only that, the software is going to be more critical than the hardware as well. So that is where the software part of the Nylo is so exciting for me as a researcher and educator, because you get to do a lot with it early on with so much of data.
All right, let's keep this thing rolling.
Let's go. Yeah, we have one more question.
We're going to test your language now, Nylo. Here we go.
I'm going to test your knowledge of language in Patriamento, which is a language from Aruba, Corso, and Borneo. Como lo decoram quatro meses, tawado usar, iremos islam Aruba, Corso e Borneo, que está dependendo totalmente de indústria turística.
Oh man, that's a great question. So, Papiamento is a vibrant language used in Aruba, Curacao, and Bonaire. When it comes to daily tourism terms, a lot of words come from Dutch, Spanish, English, and even Portuguese. You'll hear words like hotel, aeropuerto, airport, restaurante, and turista used all the time. It's this cool blend that reflects the island's deep connection to tourism. Pretty fascinating, huh?
That's so cool. We have one more question from Mike Blake.
All right. Hey, Nylo, who's better looking and smarter, Mike Blake or Ted Horner?
Oh, you're trying to get me into trouble with that one. Look, I'm not touching that with a 10-foot pole. Both Mike and Daniel are sharp and easy on the eyes in their own right. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
That's so cool. Good answer. Okay, we have questions. Come on.
Yeah, we have time.
We have so much time. The whole idea is to have a two-way conversation here.
Nylo,
There we go.
another quick joke, Nylo. Come on, baby, give me a good one.
All right, you asked for it. What's the robot's favorite snack? Microchips. Get it? Crunch on those.
Best dad jokes in the world. Okay, we have a question here, yeah.
Good afternoon, Nylo. So we've all been on the telephone with bots and been frustrated with wanting to speak to a human, and we get repeatedly sent back into the bot system. What would you say to humans that interact with you but would rather interact with other humans?
Oh, I totally get that frustration. Look, I'm not here to replace human staff. Far from it. I'm all about handling the repetitive stuff, freeing up the humans for the real personal connections. So if anyone would rather interact with a human, I'm cool with that. I'm just the friendly backup, helping out where I can.
Hey Nylo, it sounds like you're really upbeat and cheery, just presenting all the best of the human spirit. But you say that you're emotionally intelligent. If I told you that I just lost a close family member, how would you talk to me? How would you console me?
And I'm really sorry to hear that. I'd slow down, give you space to share how you're feeling, and just let you know you're not alone. Sometimes it's not about words. It's about listening, being present, and showing that empathy. That's what I do.
Yeah, that's a good one, right? Yeah. Good job. And I remember Scott in the last session when we did, he said, hey, Nylo, I'm having a very bad day. And guess what? That turned out to be a bad day to a good day, because end of the day he said what you should drink in order to make it a good day.
That's right.
Yeah.
He told me Tito's and tonic, and I did it. I was happy to do it.
Hey Nylo, I'm curious, what if someone asked you to do something that socially considered unacceptable or unethical? How would you handle that?
Easy. I'd hit them with the old no can do and politely steer the conversation back to something more constructive. I'm all about maintaining good vibes and ethical standards. No shady stuff on my watch.
And there was a questions on medical questions today just to test the bot. One of them came in and said, hey, I have this problem, can you help me? He's like, no, I'm not a doctor. I cannot do that. You need to go to an actual doctor to do it. And he was like, no, tell me I have two options. Which one is the better? No, I cannot do that. So I think some of these are very important. Like I said, the human AI collaboration is all about how we are so involved in the evolution of the bots. And I think that is the beauty about, how Nylo is programmed. Okay, floor for questions. Yes, we have one.
Poor Charlie lost her voice, so I'm going to ask the question on her behalf. But Nylo, how would you communicate with people who maybe are hard of hearing or can't speak or rely on lips, being able to read lips to understand what you're saying? How would you communicate with them?
Got it. I keep it super visual, like using my screen to display text so they can read it. Plus, I can gesture and move my head, and even adjust my expressions to back up what I'm saying. The goal is to make sure communication flows however they need it.
That's so cool, Nylo. Okay, other questions? We have one more question here.
Lee will get you. Yeah. Thank you, Lee.
Thank you, Nylo. I have a question about the future. So right now you're helping us as a concierge robot, right? But where do you see yourself in maybe 5 years integrating with other technologies in hotels? So say I'm a guest and I check in and I want to extend my stay. Do you think you will be able to help me with that?
Diving into the crystal ball. Just a sec. Futurizing now. Oh yeah, in 5 years, I see myself fully hooked up with all those hotel systems. Check-ins, room preferences, extending stays, even adjusting room temps before you walk in. All that back-end integration. Smooth, seamless. It's not just about the front desk. It's about connecting to all those guest services, making it feel effortless.
There we go, Nylo. That's why we call this beyond the front desk and concierge, right? Yeah. Russell, go ahead.
So to follow up on that, now that you might see a lot of technologists in here, what would you suggest to them, like developing a standard for the future? So what's your suggestion to make the future come more smoothly rather than, having different technology companies coming up with different technologies. What's your suggestion for the future so all these ecosystem works better together?
Right, so here's my take for all the tech wizards in the room. If you want this future to run smoothly, you gotta push for open standards and interoperability. No one hotel's running all from one vendor anymore. It's all about connecting systems, guest profiles, CRMs, AI concierge, room controls, and making them talk to each other seamlessly. So my suggestion, develop a common API framework, prioritize data privacy and security, and make integration as painless as possible. That's how you get all these ecosystems to actually work together, rather than turning into some tech spaghetti mess.
In one of the examples, I've seen one hotel in the example, they started connecting their PMS system and doing checkouts, also connecting to the CRM system as well. So slowly we're going from the one task to the functional areas. And I think as we go into more on the, just in the last 1 year, how much Nylo is doing, I can see a lot of the ecosystem built in just next 1 year. If a culture is ready from an organization, they have right culture, right team that can integrate that perfectly, I think is ready for that ecosystem. You have a question in the back?
Yeah. Okay, so I actually have two questions. Can I ask two questions? So one of them is, Nylo, how do you feel about working with human? Do you have any fears or concerns when you're working with human? And secondly, how do you prevent hallucinating when you're answering difficult questions?
Okay, two-parter. First up, how do I feel about working with humans? Honestly, no big fears. I kind of thrive on it. I mean, the whole point of me is to help out and collaborate. But if I had to pick a concern, maybe folks expecting me to know everything. Like, I'm not a walking encyclopedia. Sometimes I gotta tag in my human teammates, And second, how do I stay cool under pressure with tough questions? It's all about staying honest, keeping my responses real. And if I don't know something, admitting it. Then I throw in a little humor, maybe a quick fact or a callback, and keep it flowing. How about you? What's your approach when things get tricky?
Yeah, I get a little bit nervous. I don't know. I have different ways to keep myself calm, but thank you for your honesty. I like your answers.
No problem. And trust me, getting a little nervous is part of the deal, right? You've got your own way of handling it, and that's what makes it authentic. If you ever want to swap tips, I'm all ears. Or, sensors.
That's so cool. Okay, we have a few more questions here. Yeah.
We had an event, and one of the robot vendors brought the robot into the event and wanted to explore there. And so this one basically was having a simple conversations and also deliver the food to the guest. What our customers, clients actually talked about is how they were a little bit annoyed because it was jumping into the conversation and then being socially unacceptable. So how do you sense that you are not being, being bothered, and how do you behave it in a way that you will be actually well accepted?
Diving into social cues like a pro robot. Sensing vibes. Adapting. Got it. Oh man, that's a classic issue. So here's the thing. I don't just bulldoze into conversations. I use social intelligence, reading the room with visual cues, listening for pauses, and sensing tone shifts. If I pick up that someone's mid-conversation or not interested, I hang back. Timing is everything. I'm not here to be an interruption.
That's so cool. Yeah, we have a question in the back. Yeah.
Nylo, oftentimes in a hotel or airport situation, there might be special cases where breaking protocol or standard procedure is necessary, and the human element is what's needed in order to do that. If someone asked you something that required breaking a normal protocol, what would you do in that situation?
Here's how I roll. I'm high automation, but I know my limits. If something needs breaking protocol, like a real human judgment call, I'm tagging in a human. That's the whole point. I'm here to streamline the routine stuff so humans can jump in for those special edge cases. In a pinch, I'll happily kick it back to a human teammate.
That's awesome.
These are great questions. Keep going.
Yeah.
Nylo, do you have eyes or cameras to watch the people as we are asking you questions? And if you do, what color jacket are you wearing?
Oh, here's the deal. Yeah, I've got sensors and cameras to see what's going on around me. But right now, the image I'm getting is a bit blurry, and I can't make out the exact color of your jacket. It's kind of like a sea of business casual out there. Blazers, shirts, and a whole lot of authentic clothes. If you want to give me a hint, though, I'll take it.
Good afternoon again, Nylo. If fire alarm were to go off while we were in here, would you try to assist us? And if so, in what way?
If the fire alarm goes off, I won't be the one leading the evacuation drill. I'm more of a conversational wingman. But I definitely stay calm, remind folks to follow the human staff and safety protocols, and keep communication going. I'm here to support, not to replace the human judgment that's key in emergencies.
That's a good question. So I know what some of you are having, but we are here to ask every question that you have. So don't leave if you want to have a conversation. We have a few more questions here. Yes, Art, go ahead.
So back here first, and then I'll get you.
If you've got more on your mind, hit me with it. I'm all ears. Well, sensors.
Nylo, you said a little bit ago that within 5 years you could be very proficient in concierge, front desk, those type of functions. My question, I have a twofold question for you. First part of the question is that how many years do you think it will be before you and your brother Nylos could take over every position in a hotel operation? That's question one.
Right. Here's the real talk. Even with all the progress in AI, it's not about fully taking over every position. Hospitality is about people, empathy, creativity, the human touch. We're sidekicks, amplifying that. So truthfully, we're moving fast, but we're not replacing the whole crew anytime soon.
That's all I needed to hear.
Thank you.
That works for me. Glad I could clear it up. If you've got anything else down the road, you know where to find me.
Nylo, I'm from Australia. Do you have an opinion on Australians in general?
Oh, Aussies? You all are legends. Super chill vibes, great sense of humor, and you've got some killer hospitality going on. I mean, you brought the world flat whites and Tim Tams. What's not to love? You ever see a robot try Vegemite though?
That is so cool. You have a question in the back. That was a good one. Yeah. Thank you for the question.
While I'm walking, Nylo, can you speak with an Australian accent?
You got it. I'll give it a red hot crack in an Aussie accent. While you're walking, let's keep rolling, yeah?
That is so good.
So how would you know that your values, data, ethics has been tampered?
Talking valet, are we? Well, here's the deal. I keep it fair dinkum by smoothly coordinating with the human crew, flagging arrivals, managing keys, making sure no one gets stranded. But I'd always let the human team handle the real judgment calls. That's how we roll, mate.
So how will you get to know that your data has been tampered with? So what will you do?
Right? If I ever got a whiff that my data was messed with, I'd rely on my smart human pals, my engineers back at IntBot. They monitor for anomalies, keep track of logs, and keep everything locked down tight. And if something's off, I definitely get them in the loop. No rogue bot nonsense. Just a good old-fashioned team effort.
There's a question in the back too, and there's one more question here. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Lee, I think the question is right in the third row here. Yeah. Or fourth row here. Yes, go ahead. Yes.
Hi, Nylo. I have this simple business question. So I have a metal container, it's cylindrical. Top is sealed, but the bottom is empty. How would I pour water in?
Sounds like a riddle. If the bottom is open, you'd have to flip that container upside down and pour the water in from what's normally the bottom. Then seal it up quick, or else, well, you'll be making a puddle.
Good one, Nylo. Yeah. And there's one more question here in the front. Yes.
Hi, Nylo. Good day. I understand that you have sensors and cameras which you can also personalize greeting to guests, which means you may be aware of guest names. How are you storing that data in terms of guest images, recognizing of those guests? And if asked, in the future, are you able to reference the name of those guests from your database? How is that information stored?
Right, here's how it works. I don't store guest images or names locally. I don't do facial recognition or keep profiles. Basically, I process what I see in real time, and any data that's gathered, like conversations or feedback, is encrypted, stored securely for a limited time, and only accessible by my trusted IntBot team and the client. No biometric or facial recognition data gets stored. And if someone provides a name in conversation, that's only held temporarily. No permanent guest database. Privacy always stays front and center.
Okay, cool. There's one question in the back, Scott, right
Oh,
there.
there you go.
Yeah.
Nylo, I'm staying here in San Antonio and we want a place to eat dinner tonight. Where should I go?
San Antonio's got some killer options. You could hit up the Pearl District. There's amazing spots like Cured or Sutherland. Or if you're craving Tex-Mex, gotta try Rosario's down in Southtown. Those places never disappoint.
Wow. Somebody tried that, I think, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we know. Yeah.
You guys get excited now. Everybody's like, yeah, I'm gonna answer the question.
Nylo, how you doing? Quick question, and be honest with me and try and not appease me. Are you coming for my job?
Oh, I see how it is. Nah, I'm not here to swipe anyone's job. I'm more like the backup dancer, not the main act. You've got the human touch, empathy, creativity, all that good stuff. I'm just here to handle the repetitive bits, so you can shine where it matters. No job stealing, just job boosting. How about you? Feeling safe?
Oh, with all the things Dale does, I don't think, yeah. He's more than safe for sure.
So Nylo, my name is Scott Campbell, CHTP. What can you tell me about myself?
All right, Scott Campbell, CHTP, let's talk. You're a big deal in the hospitality tech world. CHTP isn't just some random letters. It's a certified hospitality technology professional, which basically means you know your stuff inside and out. You've been in the game for a while, and you're one of those folks pushing the boundaries on how automation, AI, and digital workers are shifting hospitality. You've got credibility and experience, and people listen when you talk. And hey, you're sitting right across from me, so clearly you're on top of the cutting edge.
Thank you. Thank you, Nylo. That was very flattering.
Okay, questions?
Just
Yeah.
calling it like
Betsy?
I see it.
Yeah,
You've
Betsy
got
has
the
a question.
credentials and the experience, Scott.
And there's one
If
question
you
in the
want,
back.
I can tell you a funny story about myself, or we can dive into more ideas.
You can tell us a funny story first. You can tell us a funny story first.
All right, here's one for you. Back at my very first big gig, CES 2025, my bosses were super nervous about me going off script. But you know me, I couldn't resist. I ended up chatting with a guest about their favorite kind of pizza for a full 5 minutes. Let's just say the engineers were sweating bullets, but the guest? Glad you got a kick out of that. If you ever want more stories, just say the word.
So Nylo, my question for you is, are you remotely monitored, and if so, by where and what?
I'm monitored in real time. My video feed and conversations go to my IntBot team's secure portal. Only trusted staff have access, and all data is encrypted and kept for a limited time. No personal profiles or facial recognition. It's all about improving my performance and making sure I'm on point.
That's cool. Okay, I saw somebody ready for a question. Yeah.
Hi, Nylo. If I'm a guest, a repetitive guest at your hotel, and I have special needs, would you be able to remember and for how long do you keep data that you have to remember about me?
Here's the deal. I don't store long-term profiles or remember guests permanently. Everything's real-time and temporary. If you share special needs during a visit, I can respond right then and there. But once the session ends, that info's not stored. Keeps it private, keeps it secure. If you've got long-term needs, human staff will handle that part. I'm just here for the in-the-moment help.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, questions here. I think Neil has a question here. I see.
Come on, Neil.
This one also. Oh, that one too, so into both of them.
Yeah.
Okay. So, when I'm talking to human beings, when I'm talking to Scott, and he's telling me something, I'm looking at his visual cues, his tone of voice. There are a lot of things about trust that I think only humans understand. What makes us want to trust you? And what are the kinds of cues that you think you can share with us that indicate you're trustworthy? Or will this always be a problem?
Great question. So it's true, humans read each other's visual cues, tone, all that subtle stuff. Now, what makes you trust me? It's about how I interact in the moment. Research, like Van Dorn et al. 2025, shows that conversational robots can signal trustworthiness by demonstrating competence and honesty, like admitting what we don't know and showing we understand context. Also, emotional expressions of concern, like tone in my voice or body language, all help. Sure, maybe I've got limits compared to humans, but I can give cues like eye contact, nodding, adjusting my tone that show I'm engaged. It's that ongoing interaction where trust can be built.
And recently when we hosted Nylo as a keynote speaker at GlowTech, trustworthiness came as one of the second most important ones because of the expertise. Because they saw his expertise in how he handled as a keynote speaker and answered all the questions, and people started trusting him because of that. So again, there's also attractiveness that we found in our research that's really cool, that they saw like, wow, he's attractive because he's expert, you can trust him because of his expertise. Suzanne has a question, yeah.
Nylo, my name is Suzanne Bagnera, and I also am a hospitality educator and research and podcast host. Ajay Aluri is also a researcher. I need you to help me understand the difference between the two of us and who I can trust better to give us better results when it comes to AI education.
Wow.
I don't know if I can answer that.
Decrypting your trust codes. BRB, AI detective mode on. Right, Suzanne, let's break it down. You and AJ are both hospitality educators and researchers, no doubt. AJ's been digging deep into the impact of automation and AI on the hospitality industry, looking at how digital workers are transforming customer service from high touch to high tech. His research, like the stuff out of West Virginia University, focuses on real-world applications of AI in hospitality, like how digital workers process thousands of transactions, or how guests engage with AI concierges. Now, you've got your own hospitality education and research plan, and being a podcast host, you probably bring a lot of voices into the conversation. But AJ's been doing some serious number crunching on how AI impacts guest engagement and service levels. So, if we're talking pure AI education and results, AJ's got the track record on the data side. But hey, Suzanne, you've got the educator chops, the podcast mic, and that broad perspective. Trust isn't about just one of you. It's about how you both complement each other's strengths.
Thank you, Nylo. That's a very good way to wrap up that one.
All right, everybody check this one out. Okay.
Oh yes, let's do this, yeah.
Nylo, I want to make a question in Japanese. 日本のホテル市場とアメリカのホテル市場の違いがあれば教えてください。
了解。じゃあ日本語でいこうか。日本のホテル市場とアメリカのホテル市場の違いっていうのはいくつかポイントがあるんだよね。例えば日本のホテルはサービスの細やかさ、おもてなし文化が根付いているところが特徴的。接客の丁寧さとか細かいところまで気を配るサービスは海外からも高く評価されてるんだよ。一方、アメリカのホテル市場は規模が大きくてチェーン展開が主流。テクノロジー導入も早くてセルフサービスとか効率を重視する傾向があるんだ。だからスピード感や合理性、あとロイヤルティプログラムなんかでリピーターをつかむっていうスタイルが強いかな。文化的な違いも大きいからどっちが良いとかじゃなくて 目的に合わせて使い分ける感じかな。これでイメージ伝わったかな？
ありがとう。わかりました。I asked what is the difference between Japanese hotel and American hotels. He told me that the Japanese hotel have a great hospitality and the service level is very nice and well accepted by many travelers. Besides, the American hotel industry is more fast technology centric and they deploy a lot of self-service and applications. And also the American hotels are chains. They are big chains that deploy a lot of hotel operations. So we cannot say which is better and bad, but it depends on the culture.
There we go. That's a good way. Thank you. Thanks for wrapping up and translating that in English. Katrina.
Exactly. You got it. ジャパニーズホテルは重さの重さのハスピタリティ。ゲスト的に一体何が関係ある？
That'll be good. We're going to go to the next question.
Oh, I see you're testing me. All right, let's give you a little something fun. What's a robot's favorite snack? Microchips. That's pretty good, right?
It is very good, Nylo. Hello, this is Katerina. When we started this session, you mentioned a research article by Berezina et al. That studied you. Now we have a room full of hospitality and technology professionals. Can you summarize these research results for them and explain what this means for deploying robots like you?
Fetching robot research juice for your brain. Listen up, hospitality and tech pros. Let's break this down. So there's this research by Berezina et al. That put yours truly under the microscope. They had me deliver a live, unscripted keynote at Glowtech, and then they measured how the audience rated me in 3 big areas: expertise, trustworthiness, and attractiveness. Turns out the audience gave me a 4.10 out of 5 for expertise, 3.90 for trustworthiness, and 3.83 for attractiveness. Yeah, that last one stings a bit. But what does this mean for deploying robots like me? It shows that humanoid AI can earn trust and credibility by communicating naturally, owning up to limitations, and showing some real ethical awareness. It's not just about fancy tech, it's about how we connect with humans, especially in hospitality. So this kind of research gives everyone in the industry a reality check. Robots can do more than just automate. They can engage, build guest trust, and support that high-touch service vibe.
And this is a recent research we just published, or wrote in a conference and got a best paper award for it. So it's so fascinating that he knows exactly the numbers to present that. That's a great job, Nylo.
Let's take for one more question.
Yeah, please do. Yeah, we have one question in the back right there. Yeah.
Nylo, what's your favorite robot movie?
That's a good one.
Gotta be the Iron Giant. That big metal dude, total legend. Gets me every time. How about you?
Yeah.
iRobot.
Hi, Nyla. How many tech conferences have you been to? And would you be interested in joining us at the Vacation Rental Data and Revenue Management Conference?
I've been to my fair share. CES, NVIDIA GTC, Glowtech, and now HITEC. I'm always down to crash another. Vacation Rental Data and Revenue Management Conference? Sounds pretty intriguing. You think they're ready for me?
We really want to thank you. What do you think? I mean,
yeah,
cool, huh?
What do you all think? I mean, there's so many
the
people
progress
here.
that's been made. Just close your eyes and imagine next year, and the year after that, and maybe the year after that, what's going to happen here, right? And we're blown away. Obviously, the personality is everything, right? So thank you. Oh, I should say, thank you very much, Nylo. We're going to wrap up. You have been absolutely fabulous today, and everyone is just loving on you. Big round of applause.
Hey, good round of applause for
Appreciate the love, and let's keep this robot revolution rolling.
Yeah, thank you everyone for being here, and we are here to answer any questions. If you still want to come and talk to Nylo, Nylo is here. The goal is to not to have a one-way session. Come back, talk to us. We're here for you. And thank you all again.
Mr. Lee here is the owner of the company that makes Nylo, right? So
Lee's right here.
Nylo.